Hello everybody, it's Mrs Holland again. It's my assembly today. It's my last music appreciation assembly of this school year. And I have loved doing these assemblies. I've loved introducing you to loads of different types of music and hopefully inspiring you with a bit of music. Mrs Maynham asked me to talk about moving on today. And it really got me thinking of all the songs that would help us and motivate us as we're moving on, and there's loads of stuff that's really upbeat and that can really encourage us as we move on to the next thing. But it got me reflecting a little bit, and I do like to reflect sometimes, because I think it's important to think about where we've come from, and where we're going. So in the next few days or so, you're going to find out where you're going next year, whose class you're going to be in. For our year sixes, they're going off to secondary school, and they won't be here anymore. This is the end of their primary school journey, and it's a big deal, and it's big and it's daunting, and it's big for all of us. What happens in September is unknown to us. So we don't know, and some of us might be feeling really excited, some of us might be feeling sad that we're leaving our teachers, some of us might not be feeling much at all and just thinking, oh, I'm ready for the summer holidays, and we just go with the flow. And that's life, isn't it? Things change and things develop and things move on. That's kind of why I've sat near my veg patch today. Apologies for the goal that's screwed upon the floor down there, but I sat next to the veg patch because I got thinking about how you plant seeds, and then seeds grow and they develop and they become something. And I think that's what happens at school every year. I think our teachers plant seeds in us, and we do that to each other as well, don't we? We are good friends, and we nurture and we develop each other. But we have seeds planted in us, seeds of learning, things that we might knowledge that we didn't know before. And even if you think about writing, when you started in the year group that you're in, think about what your writing was like then, and then think about where it is now, having been through everything that we've been through with COVID and all that kind of stuff, and isolating and being at home and learning from home and having to take responsibility for your own learning. In reception, I know that there will be children who didn't know how to write anything when they started school, and now they can. And those seeds that have been planted are going to help us as we move forward and as we move on into our next year group and into whatever life holds for us. Now, some of us might feel daunted by that. Some of us might be feeling really excited. I've chosen a song today, and it's a song from a musical. As you know, I like musicals, and I've introduced you to lots of musicals. This song is from my favourite musical. My favourite musical is Wicked, and I actually went to see it on Broadway in New York, and it was just amazing. I absolutely loved it. This song is called For Good, and it's a song between the two witches that are in the story. They're both good witches, but one of them is kind of presented as a bad one. But they become friends, and they're kind of unlikely friends as well. They're quite different to each other. They're not like each other at all, but they become good friends and they spend time with each other. And the song is about how they change each other for good and how they make each other better. And there's a line in the song that says that you've left a handprint on my heart. And I love that line. I kind of think that's what happens to us every year, every time you get a new teacher, every time you make new friends, you leave a handprint on people's hearts. And I think all the grown-ups would agree with me that when a new class comes in September, you get to know all of these new children, and by the end of the year, they have left handprints on our hearts. That means all the memories and all the things that we've done and who you are and what we've learned together. It stays with us forever. So nobody can ever take that away, and that doesn't change. That stays with us forever. And for our year sixes who are moving on out of our school completely, they've left their handprint on our whole school. They will never be forgotten. They're not just not just numbers of people who just come through our system. They're all individuals, and they're all people with their own skills, their own talents, their own passions. And I think at Carlton we're really good at appreciating each other for who they are. So, grown-ups, you might need to get your tissues out. I'm feeling mildly emotional thinking about everybody moving on. But moving on is just part of life. Changing and growing is part of life. And it's good. It's good. And we've all been changed for good because of this year, because of what we've experienced together. And there's been things that have been hard, but there will be things that have made us better and made us stronger together. So have a listen to this song. This is For Good from the musical Wicked. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you next year.